Hey, good morning, guys. I'm filming this in the evening. It's like 6 o'clock at night here, and we're going to be headed out in the morning, going back home. We've had a chance to come up and be part of Nancy's final days of being here in her home. You know, life comes on us each a little bit every day, and our bodies, you know, wear down over time, and things take a turn sometimes that we don't expect, right? So that's where we're at today. Here in Nancy's yard, this is where she's raised her children, and since 1974 has built a life around here. All right. And sometimes life gets you in a spot that you don't realize you're in until things get so tight that you can't do much. And so Nancy's been having to sell her home and move into a town into living quarters for assisted living. All right. So this is one part of her life. This is a chapter in her life that's closing. Living here. A lot of memories, you know. These big trees she has in the yard, she says, was real small when they built the house. But boy, they really filled up the back of the yard. There are massive trees back there. This red bud here in the front they put in, it was, you know, things just keep growing, don't they? Keep going. But I'm glad Marcia and I had an opportunity to come up and help them get the stuff together. It's not everyone has a chance to do that. And let's see if I can move this up a little bit. There, it's a brick home. I had a wide angle view and it didn't show the colors. This looks, but she picked out the brick for the house and had it built to her specs. It's pretty nice. It's a nice home. She got it sold. So it's time to move on. I guess they're going to get her out by the end of the month. She'll be in another spot in assisted living, and you know, it's good to realize that we need to encourage people in our life. Everyone needs encouragement, right? No matter what. Encouraging others is important. We've each have the ability in us to encourage people, to build them up or tear them down by our words, don't we? The things that we say can either build up or tear down, or neutral. But 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 11 tells us to console one another and edify one another. That's what we learned in that. So it's important that we do that. Encourage others. You don't know. You know, everyone's going through something in their life. We're all facing things. No matter who you are, there's something in your life that people don't know about. So always be kind to people, because you don't know what their struggle is, what they're facing. You never know what someone's facing. So encourage each other. Romans 15 verse 2 tells us to please his associate for his good towards the edification. Right? Edify people. Because we live in a world that seems to enjoy tearing down at people. Look at the media. Look at all that. They enjoy tearing people down. And getting around crowds of people at Walmart or grocery stores or just wherever, gas stations, you know, you be around people. You've heard it. Where these people or their kids are back talking to their parents, or the parents are bad mouthing their kids and yelling and screaming and cussing and carrying on. You know, we don't need to do that. We need to encourage people. Be an encourager. Romans 14:19 tells us that we are pursuing that which makes for peace and that which is for edification of one another. Encouraging each other. Right? That's what we got to do. Always encourage, because, you know, as we see, things can take a turn, and you never know what's out there. All right? So, edify each other. Build each other up. Reach out and talk to people that's struggling. Even if you don't know that they're struggling, it's good to just to visit. A phone call, a pat on the back, or even a handwritten letter. Even a handwritten letter. That's something that we don't do much anymore, isn't it? Write letters. Write a note of encouragement. Stick it in the mailbox. It costs you 22, 25 cents, whatever the stamp is. And the effort it takes to put it in an envelope and send it out. It is so important. Just a pat on the back, you know, encourage. Because you never know who's going through what. I like Ephesians 4:15 through 16 says, now, being true in love, we should be making all grow into him, who is the head, Christ, out of whom the entire body, being articulated together and united through every assimilation of the supply, in accord with the operation and measure of each one's part, in making for the growth of the body, for the upbuilding of itself in love. Important. You know, as we all go through life, and as our challenges in life comes to us, we realize that God's got us all where he wants us, and that the things that we're doing in life is according to God's plan. You know, we're in God's plan. God's building, are we? And each one of us is in the body according to as he wills it. Right? According as he wills. So it's not up to us, he's willing and working, but on him, on God who puts us where we're at, where we need to be. Right? So anyway, Marcia and I are headed back. We're about 8 hours out to get home. But to be able to come out and help another member of the body of Christ, a sister in Christ of us, Nancy Holland, in her final chapter of this part of her life, we've been blessed. So reach out and encourage people. We don't know who's facing something that's they're just on the verge of just a breakdown. We don't know. Nancy's in good mind, good spirits. She's sharp. she's not lacking any in that. Her body's wore out. She's having some problems in her life. So just keep her in your thoughts and prayers. So anyway, I just wanted to put a video out on our way back and let you know, to encourage people. All right. There's a lot of scriptures in there about encouragement, but look them up and read them. But give somebody a hug, give them a call. You know, tell somebody you're proud of them. When was the last time that you told somebody you're proud of them, and mean it? Right? Life is short. Life is short. But we make use of it the best we can with what God has given us. Right? So, anyway, we're headed back to Missouri. And we'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Okay? I love you guys. As Paul says, grace, peace, and love from God the Father and His Son, Jesus Christ. Let's go see what God's got for us. Y'all ready? I'll talk to you tomorrow. See you then.